You come in, up the stairs, you give your offering and your candle to the monk, good. And then you come back down. They give you a little something. Here they're giving instant noodles. So you take your noodles or whatever it is, you come to the dining table. You are overwhelmed by how much food you are being offered at every single house. They give you alcohol. Even if you say you don't drink, they give it to you anyway. So this is like my 4th little glass of alcohol today.
Cheers.
Cheers. And then you take like 3 bites of the food and you go to the next house.
So you're probably wondering, what is this? We're in a random village in Monglian, a few kilometers from the Myanmar border, in the midst of a little monk ceremony, where young boys become monks for a couple weeks and experience life in the temple. And how exactly do you convince a bunch of rowdy 8-year-olds to shave their heads and sacrifice their precious winter break reading scriptures? With cold, hard cash. That's how. You can earn like a year's worth of pocket money from the village aunties who come in swarms to visit all the young monks-to-be and leave blessings for them. And among the swarms, there's also me, the random American vlogger.
The collision of the modern world and the ancient traditions. Dad's like, get off your phone.
And my local guide of sorts, Shi Yao, a PhD student studying the customs of the Dai people.
僧人就是得坐在那个家里面的更高的楼层，他不能坐在那个下面，不能有人在他的头上。
And we are going to be spending 3 days observing the fascinating traditions of the little monk ceremony. So hope you'll be joining, because let me tell you, in all my years in China, I have never seen anything like this before.
Hello, hello.
Step 1, remove shoes. Step 2, go upstairs. Step 3, enter the sacred room. Step 4, leave your offering. Step 5, little monk recites a prayer to you.
I am fascinated by this entire thing because in my recollection of what Buddhism and being a monk is about, it's escaping from earthly possessions. And here we have this child on his phone surrounded by dishes of money with money trees in the background. It feels like the exact opposite of everything that I think of Buddhism as being associated with, but that's the tradition around here. Hello.
So most people at today's event have brought tons and tons and tons of tiny change, and they give one to every single uncle as well as the monk child, but I'm only giving to the monk child, right? I was not prepared for this amount of plates and buckets and bowls and things. I know it's not going to be a super accurate comparison, but this genuinely has the same vibe as trick-or-treating back in the day. Does it not? Everyone has their cute little bag. We're going house to house. But where trick-or-treating is a one-way exchange, this is a two-way exchange. Hello. We are giving money. They are giving us food and random little gifts like instant noodles, sticky rice, and these little Rice Krispie treat things. Something's happening. And the ladies dancing with the beers in their hand. It feels like a frat party. Like, what is this?
While the kid is in the process of becoming a monk before they actually are officially a monk, they are not allowed to step on the ground. So if they want to go anywhere, someone literally has to lift them up. So every time the kid has to like go to the bathroom or something, it's just like, all right, get on my shoulders, I'll take you.
Interestingly, Asajan has a similar childhood memory, despite being from a different ethnic group on the complete opposite side of the country.
我看这个小孩躺着的样子，让我想起来我小时候，当时我6岁，我还记得。 就是男孩不是有割裂那个事情吗？就是特别像那个，我们也是躺在床上，就是手牵，躺了2个月那个时候。当时我躺在床上，所有的亲戚朋友来我们家，给我压岁钱，就是给钱嘛。但是那个钱，可惜不是我花的，就是我的家人 给他们拿走了，但是他们太幸运了，听说他们这句话。
这不是烧钱的？
对。
对，这不是烧钱的，烧钱的不需要。
对。
The most practical of all the parting gifts is laundry detergent. You know you're a boring adult when this is the prize out of all of them that gets you the most excited.
他想攒零花钱，然后他就去当和尚了。那边的那些男生没有参加，因为眉毛那些都要剃丢嘛。上次我看见他剃头发的时候，他都充满了那个眼眶中充满了绝望。以前他的招牌动作是动不动就捋一下他的头发，现在他只能摸一下他自己的光头了。
So tomorrow, the young monks will be headed to this temple for this neighborhood or other temples in other neighborhoods, because we went to 3 neighborhoods today.
Once they enter the temple, they will be allowed to set foot on the ground again, and then they will begin a several-day or possibly several-week-long monk experience. Buddhism is a huge part of the culture of the people in this region, the Dai ethnic group. Monks in Monglian and other Dai regions don't just keep to themselves in the temple, they're actually a really important part of the community, and you can see them at a lot of local ceremonies and events. It is a cold and misty morning here. It's literally hot weather in the morning in this place, but as soon as the fog lifts, it's actually going to be really hot outside. We are about to head to day 2 of the little monk ceremony, but first, Xiao is going to show us something interesting.
这是个什么动物呀？
牛，
它代表啥呀？
就是扫寨子，就是把不干净的东西给它送走，然后把这个牛呢放在这个地方，是我们纳允五祖，就是他们自己这个寨子的边界啊，把这个放在这里，就把那些不好的东西挡出去，就不让他们进来。
这个是啥？这个我到处看到。
也是有那样的功能，就是辟邪，把不好的东西挡掉。
Keeping demons away by hanging something on your door is actually very common all around China, but this is the first time I have seen it show up in this particular style. They're very cute, actually.
Kita
小朋友好，我是美国的。
美国，
对，
我们喜欢吃什么东西？
米饭呀、面条呀、汉堡呀都吃。
啊，什么？汉堡我也爱吃。哇，我也到了美国人。走去哪？
我们去看成效和尚呢。
我也要去，你们怎么看？
这家的小朋友认识吗？
不认识，但他是我朋友，我跟他玩过。
不认识，又说是朋友。
So in this room right behind me, the little monks are having their makeup put on for the day. They have to have their eyebrows shaved off, but interestingly, they will put a new set of eyebrows on with makeup. And as usual, they are not allowed to get off the bed and step on the floor.
被挡到了。妹妹，赶快进换衣服。张雨欣让开！张雨欣让开！我你过啊！
These kids have not officially become monks yet. They're kind of like pre-monks, and only when they have officially become monks, which is the ceremony happening today, will they be allowed to step on the ground again.
So the little monks to be are downstairs now being paraded in circles on the shoulders of their father or uncle or other male relative, and then they're going to be brought to the temple where they will be officially pronounced as monks, and their monkhood will begin. All the aunties are carrying money trees.
If you're wondering who the mysterious guy in the pink is, there are actually 3 kids in this neighborhood participating in the young monk ceremony.
Now the procession is heading to the temple.
The little monks are actually going to live full time in the temple for a few days, so that's why these beds have also joined the procession. They may be dressed up in fancy outfits in the middle of a very important religious ceremony, but they are still 8-year-old boys. It may seem like just a few minutes in this video, but all this dancing around went on for at least an hour, and now the boys are going to sit on their beds for another hour and take family photos, waiting for the exact moment when they can go in the temple, because there is an auspicious time that you have to go in at. You can't go before or after it.
The struggle is real, y'all. The little monks want to look at their phone so bad, and everyone's like, no, no, no. Because everyone's attention span is like 1 second long. So like you just can't sit for that long and doing nothing. I get it, but it is funny to watch the battle go on and on and on. Dancing and gongs and sitting on the bed taking photos, the kids are finally going in the temple. The kids are finally allowed to stand on the floor now.
What these kids are experiencing is the light version of the monk lifestyle, fit neatly into their winter break as to not interrupt their studies. But back in the day, it was not uncommon at all for kids to spend months or even years in temples, as was the case for the local grandpa who was hosting Shiyao while he writes his thesis. It was in the temple that he learned how to read the traditional characters of the Dai language, a skill that pretty much only monks have. And he even got tattooed.
When 了那么多这个小鸟啊。
这个是金。现在以前都不学了，就要在那跳娃娃嘛，他那动也不动那样嘛，把我们站在做嘛是做中。
Compared to the US, where it often feels like everybody has a tattoo, they're not that common in China, except around here. The robes are finally on, and the child monks are being paraded out one by one like models on a catwalk. There is actually one more ritual before they are really considered monks, which is to remove this cloth, which has their family name written on it, and receive their official monk name. So now we'll leave them to it, let them adjust to life in the temple, and come back in a couple days and see how they're doing. 2 days later, we're back! We just arrived at the temple and the kids are literally playing hide and seek. I don't know if you can see him, but one of the little monks is like underneath this corner here.
小朋友们做和尚好不好玩呀？
如果有这么机会每年当和尚的话，你愿意吗？
不愿意。
不愿意？
嗯。
你不是喜欢吗？
我说的是反话。
啊？
喜欢是反话，所以就是不喜欢。
So we're here at the temple to observe the little monks in their natural habitat. However, do be aware that they are like 8 years old, so you cannot possibly have them like reading scriptures all day, every day. So the kids are like playing around right now, but they do have a class in a couple minutes, so we're gonna check that out. Class is about to start.
要吃东西了，要认真，要吃东西，加油嘛！要这样的。
像我小时候一样，内裤都出来了，这件袜。Here are all of the unmade little beds of the boys. 为什么每个小朋友有2张床呀？
So, where are the parents and relatives during all this? On the back patio of the temple, enjoying snacks and beer around a fire.
我要打10年。
你想当10年啊？我说算了吧。
In my imagination, it was these like perfectly well-behaved 3 little monks sitting there like looking at ancient text or something, but no, like they're still 8-year-olds and they're still bouncing off the walls. And there's only 3 of them in this temple. Some of the other villages have 7, 8, 9. I don't know how they manage because 3 is hard enough, y'all, especially with so many fragile and breakable things in this place. Hope you guys enjoyed this glimpse into the fascinating tradition that is the Little Monk ceremony, and thanks again to Shiao for bringing me along. Although the kids gave mixed reviews on their monk experience, it's still an important rite of passage and a cultural immersion experience for them, and a small number will eventually come back as adults and live the monk life full-time, picking up from where they left off all those years ago. That's all for today, and in the next video, I will see you guys on another section of the China-Myanmar border, the Nuzjiang region.